You love your dog, of course you do. And when Bella needs food, you buy the premium brand. When she's sick, you take her to the vet without asking the price. When she's bored, you buy her toys, because she's family. And that's exactly what they're counting on. Welcome to the pet industry, where your love for your dog is worth $140 billion a year. Where a vet visit that costs them $40 gets billed at $400. Where pet food made from chicken scraps sells for more per pound than human steak, and where your guilt about leaving Fluffy home alone is a revenue stream. This isn't about loving your pet. This is about an industry that's turned that love into one of the most profitable businesses in America. And the numbers? They'll make you look at that $80 bag of dog food very differently.
Let's start with the food, because that's where it gets interesting. You walk into the pet store, you see the cheap stuff, $20 for a 40-pound bag. Then you see the premium stuff, natural, organic, grain-free, $80 for a 30-pound bag. And you think, I want the best for Max, so you buy the expensive one. Here's what they don't tell you. That $80 bag of premium dog food, it costs about $8 to make. The ingredients? Chicken byproducts, which means the parts of the chicken humans won't eat. Beaks, feet, organs, ground into meal, mixed with corn and rice, formed into kibble, sprayed with flavor coating so your dog will eat it. Total production cost? Maybe $8 to $10. They're selling it to you for $80. That's a 700% markup. But it gets better. The word premium means nothing. There's no legal definition. Natural? Also meaningless. Grain-free? Started as a marketing trend after one study suggested some dogs might be sensitive to grains. But most dogs are fine with grains. The industry just realized they could charge double by removing them. And it works, because you love your dog, and the bag says grain-free sounds healthier, so you pay $80 instead of $40, and the company makes an extra $30 in profit, per bag. Multiply that by millions of dogs, and you see why the pet food industry is worth $50 billion a year in the US alone. Now let's talk about vet bills, because this is where it gets really expensive. You take Buddy to the vet for his annual checkup. They do an exam, 10 minutes, maybe they check his teeth, listen to his heart, feel his belly. The bill? $150 to $300 for 10 minutes. Here's the breakdown. That exam costs the vet maybe $30 in overhead, staff time, equipment depreciation, maybe $40 if we're being generous. They charge you $200. That's a 400% markup, and that's just the exam. Now they recommend blood work. It's routine, they say, just to make sure everything's okay. That'll be another $200. The actual lab cost? About $30 to $50. The vet sends it to a lab, the lab runs the tests. It's automated, costs them almost nothing, but they charge the vet $40. The vet marks it up to $200. You pay, because it's for Buddy's health.
Then there's the dental cleaning. Your dog's teeth need cleaning, they say. It's important. That'll be $500 to $1,500. For what? They anesthetize your dog, scrape the plaque off his teeth, polish them. It takes about an hour. The cost to the vet? Maybe $100 to $150 for the anesthesia and staff time. They charge you $800 because dogs can't complain about the bill. And here's the thing. Vets know you'll pay, because what are you going to do? Let your dog suffer? No. You pay, and the vet collects. The average American spends $1,500 to $2,000 per year on vet bills for a healthy dog. If your dog gets sick, that number can hit $10,000 easily. But wait, there's more. Pet insurance. The industry tells you it's a good idea. Protect yourself from those big vet bills. So you sign up, $50 to $100 per month. Sounds reasonable, until you read the fine print. Most pet insurance doesn't cover pre-existing conditions, so if your dog already has allergies, not covered. Hip dysplasia, not covered. That thing that happened before you got insurance, not covered. And even for things that are covered, there's a deductible, usually $500 to $1,000, plus a copay, usually 10 to 20%, plus a maximum payout per year, usually $5,000 to $10,000. So, you pay $1,200 a year in premiums. Your dog gets sick. The bill is $3,000. You pay the $1,000 deductible, then you pay 20% of the remaining $2,000. That's another $400. So, out of a $3,000 bill, insurance covered $1,600. You paid $1,400 out of pocket, plus the $1,200 in premiums. You're out $2,600. And the insurance company? They profited, because they always do. The pet insurance industry collects over $2 billion per year in the U.S., and they pay out about 60 to 70% in claims. The rest? Profit, marketing, executive salaries. It's not about your dog, it's about their bottom line. Now let's talk about the stuff you buy because you feel guilty. The toys, the treats, the beds, the sweaters. Yes, dog sweaters. A $40 dog sweater made in China for $3, shipped here, sold to you for $40, because Max needs to stay warm, even though he has fur. But it's cute, so you buy it. Dog toys? That $15 squeaky toy cost maybe $1 to make. Rubber, squeaker, paint, sewn in a factory. It'll last 3 weeks before your dog destroys it. Then you buy another one because he loves it, and the company loves that you keep buying them. Treats? Even worse. Those dental chews that supposedly clean your dog's teeth cost about 50 cents to make, sell for $5 each. And do they actually clean teeth? Not really, but the bag says they do, so you buy them. The average American spends $500 to $1,000 per year on pet accessories and treats for stuff their dog doesn't need. But it makes you feel good, and the industry knows that, so they keep making new products. Doggy daycare, dog birthday cakes, pet Halloween costumes, dog nail polish. Yes, that's a real thing. And here's the genius of it all. They're not selling products, they're selling guilt relief. You work all day, your dog is home alone, you feel bad, so you buy him a $30 toy. Guilt gone. You forgot his birthday? You feel bad, so you buy him a $25 dog cake. Guilt gone. They've turned your emotions into revenue.
Now let's talk about the biggest players. Mars. Yes, the candy company. They own Pedigree, Whiskas, Royal Canin, Banfield Pet Hospitals, and VCA Animal Hospitals. They're making money on your dog food and your vet bills. Nestle owns Purina, another giant. These companies aren't small businesses that care about pets. They're multinational corporations maximizing profit. And they're doing it brilliantly. Banfield Pet Hospitals, owned by Mars, has a wellness plan. You pay $50 to $70 per month. It covers your annual exams, vaccines, and some preventative care. Sounds like a deal. Until you realize you're paying $600 to $840 per year for services that cost them maybe $150 to $200 to provide. But it feels like a deal, so people sign up. Over 1 million people have Banfield wellness plans. That's over $600 million in recurring revenue per year for Mars. Here's the reality. The pet industry has figured out that pet owners will spend almost anything on their pets because pets are family, and you don't put a price on family, so they don't either. They just keep raising prices. And you keep paying. The average American spends $1,500 to $2,000 per year on their dog. Food, vet bills, supplies, treats, toys. For some people it's more, $5,000 per year, $10,000 per year, for a dog. And look, this isn't about not taking care of your pets. Your dog needs food. Your dog needs vet care. But maybe he doesn't need the $80 organic grain-free food when the $40 food has the same ingredients. Maybe he doesn't need the $200 blood work every year if he's healthy. Maybe he doesn't need the $30 squeaky toy when a tennis ball does the same thing. The pet industry thrives on your love, and your guilt, and your willingness to pay anything for your furry family member. And they're making $140 billion a year because of it. That's more than the NFL, NBA, and MLB combined, from dogs and cats and guilt. So the next time you're at the pet store, looking at that $80 bag of dog food, remember this. They're counting on you not doing the math. They're counting on you seeing the word premium and thinking it's worth it. They're counting on your love for your dog to override your logic. And honestly, it probably will, because he's a good boy, and he deserves the best. And that's exactly what they're betting on. If this made you look at pet expenses differently, subscribe.